I said this used to be 2-3 years ago a free agent haven. There were guys coming here, the top of their positions, that wanted to play for the Eagles.
In other words, like J.J. Watt.
Yeah, what is going on? What?
Well,
I don't know.
Well, if you look at the stream, it says I look like a
2003 rapper.
No.
Yeah. But hey, I was on a Book It app, man. So the only reason I was on, because I'm looking at the odds with where J.J. Watt is going. That's the biggest thing. Where's J.J. Watt going?
Is that the biggest? Is that bigger than Zach Ertz and where he's going?
No.
610. I mean, really.
It's amazing that not one person has moved in 2 days.
Well, you know what? I keep telling people. Man. At this point, it's just so hard right now to trade Carson, because everybody's going into the draft. Everybody's looking at these young players now. They're starting to, see.
Well, what about Adnan Sharfter said it was going to happen?
Yeah.
He said it was going to happen in the next couple days. That was like 2 weeks ago.
That's
exactly. Right. It's not happening right now.
I'm not going to use the whole. It hasn't happened. Like, if we didn't use this initially when whoever it was got traded the first time around, then I think we should still apply it here. Where just because nobody got moved over the last 2 days doesn't mean, at least for me, that nobody's going to get moved at all. I just think it was hilarious that people were trying to will it going into the weekend, realizing like, all right, what else are we going to do? What else are we going to do? No football on the weekend. It was the first real weekend without football, right? So I think people were trying to will something like this to happen, almost like, all right, it's going to happen on a Friday. It's going to happen on a Friday.
Right.
Just because, God forbid, you're stuck watching or doing something else other than football on television. There was something to that.
At the end of the day, man, I'm still trying to figure out, because then I heard, that Jaws said, well, Jaws didn't actually say that the Colts had offered him 2 second-round picks. He said that, from his sources, that might have been the highest offer that they might have gotten. And he said from a couple of team sources that he talked to. And everybody just automatically said, all right, it's the Colts. If you listen to what he said, he was just answering a question, kind of throwing it out there, that's probably around the bargaining power that these teams are using to go at the Eagles. No first rounders. Right. And at this point, I think Howie thinks that he's worth a first round. And I think so also. He is worth a first round. Now, he's not worth 2.
No.
Like
that's ridiculous.
A Rams trade. He's nowhere near that. Matthew Stafford is a proven commodity, and putting him in a different uniform around different weapons in a different city in a winning attitude, he can be a lot better than what he is. So they're talking about a total different beast when it comes to Matthew Stafford.
And also that Rams team is that position away from being a possible Super Bowl team. Again, exactly. The Eagles are nowhere close.
No. And they're on the decline. Like I did a little hit for NBC saying, all right, what's the likelihood of J.J. Watt coming to the Eagles? Instead of people going in and seeing what I said, he's not coming here. I mean, I'm like, easy now. Just go in and listen to what I said. I said,
what did you say?
I said this used to be 2-3 years ago a free agent haven. There were guys coming here, the top of their positions, that wanted to play for the Eagles.
In other words, like J.J. Watt right now, 3 years ago, would have the Eagles at the top of his list.
Absolutely, because number one, they got They have a starting quarterback. Right. They're on the rise. I mean, this was a popular destination for free agents.
Right.
I mean,
now they're an afterthought, not even an afterthought.
Alshon Jeffrey was the number 1 wide receiver. In free agency, the time he signed, he bet on himself and came to the Eagles and signed, the league, not even a real deal, a 1-year deal to come play with Carson and this Eagles team. So I mean, this spot right now, man, it's the worst now. Nobody wants to come here. It's not a popular destination. You're not coming here because you want to win.
Right.
J.J. Watt wants to win a championship. That's why he's going somewhere else.
Even still, I mean, we still, like, Alshon is the best outside of T.O., and that was just because of this whole mishap with Baltimore and Tio just being on his own. Like even Alshon, I mean, it was not a high year in that regard, and now like that at their best was what they can get with a quarterback here that was an anchor. And now think about what we have. All of the guys who are up there, from Cousins to Carr to even Sam Darnold, there is want behind him.
Mm-hmm.
But we haven't even heard anything from Chicago. I mean, now you even have this thing coming out about Flip, where Carson and Flip didn't really get along, and as much as people think, and that Carson really didn't like the idea of John DeFilippo on his ass.
Well, DeFilippo was the hard ass. We talked about that, right?
Yeah, right. He never was. They didn't get along at all.
Well, it's an idea. Hold on a second. If that's the case, if they didn't get along at all, then take Chicago out. Then Chicago is not a place where Carson Wentz is going to go.
Well, that was one of those national media creations in the first place
What's
that probably weren't really Chicago. They vaulted Chicago right up to the top of the heap. I don't know why. Maybe because Nagy's a former Andy Reid guy. I don't really know.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, but
he's a former Andy Reid guy.
It's not like McLean or Kebsky or McMullen who'll join us today. It's not like any of these guys have come out and said, no, Chicago's not involved. Take Chicago off the list. But the easiest way to connect it would be if Carson Wentz and John DeFilippo truly don't get along, to where Carson was like, get this guy out of here, or I can't deal with this guy. They just bumped Flip up. Remember, a lot of people thought they bumped Flip up because of some sort of anchor or attraction of wanting Carson there. That might be the final straw of keeping Carson out, to where it's like, well, now these two won't want to play. There's no way. So maybe that solidifies Derek Carr. Maybe that solidifies Sam Darnold. My point being is that these types of relationships are really the only thing we're banking on with Carson moving. He might only have Indianapolis, and maybe the Colts realize that. Maybe the Colts realize that there's no way in hell he's going. Maybe Frank Reich realizes there's no way in hell he's going to go. I was there. I heard what Carson said about Flip, Flip, behind Flip's back. There's no way he's going to go ahead. You keep selling us that you're going to trade him there as leverage. Maybe the Colts are just sitting back saying, who else? Who else in the NFL is going to take this guy? You know it's us. Here are 2 twos. Take it or leave it.
Right.
Well, what team is competing? What team right now do you think can compete at a level in which they think that they have a Super Bowl opportunity that doesn't have a quarterback? And that's the way you have to think about it. You have to be right on the cusp of being a playoff team to really even think about bringing in a guy like Carson.
What was the BS rumor over the weekend? The Broncos?
Yeah.
I saw some smoke about the Broncos.
That's a fake account, Harry.
No, I saw it other places. I sent that one to you.
I heard it, yeah.
Because I was laughing at it because of who it was a fake of. I'm even amazed that there is a fake account.
Man, there are fakes. Every day there are fakes. I'm telling you. I tell you what, boy. Boy, I tell you.
Oh,
well, what should we do? We should get McMullen on at some point. Now that we don't have real segments, we're going to have to break.
Did we really have real segments in the past anyway? I never looked at it
with
that.
Radio, we at least had indicators like hey, get out or play spots.
When are we going to play our ads?
We should probably play them a couple of times throughout.
We don't even have a rundown.
No,
we just freestyle.
We never have a show sheet.
No, but that prep email that we get is out because
I didn't get it today.
Yeah, because there's no internet down there. I got a text from Craig Lawson, our program director on Sports Map at like 6 a.m.
Yeah, Houston's off the grid.
Yeah, exactly right. I'm thinking, all right, we'll play some spots.